Arsenal suffered a significant blow to their Carabao Cup hopes after losing their semi-final first leg 2-0 against Newcastle at Emirates Stadium, thanks to goals from Alexander Isak and Anthony Gordon. Mikel Arteta made 4 changes to the team that drew against Brighton on Saturday, with Jurrien Timber, Martin Odegaard, Gabriel Martinelli and Kai Havertz all coming into the side. Raheem Sterling, knee, also made his return to the matchday squad, alongside 16-year-old Jack Porter, who was named on the bench with Neto captained, and Tommy Setford suffering a muscle injury. Newcastle had the first sight of goal after just 3 minutes when Isak ran in behind off the shoulder of Gabriel, before cutting back for Joelinton, who blazed over the bar from 20 yards. Arsenal responded with a shot of their own shortly after, when some penalty box pinball ended up with William Saliba firing a left-footed effort towards goal that was blocked on the line by Dan Burn, with Havertz unable to stab home a rebound. The game was being played at a frantic pace early on, and the Gunners should have been ahead after 12 minutes when Timber found himself free at the back post but couldn't get over the ball and headed Declan Rice's corner over. But Newcastle looked dangerous in transition and Isak was causing problems every time he received the ball, although Arteta's men were enjoying their best spell of the game and were inches away from taking the lead through Gabriel Martinelli. Smart play in midfield saw Odegaard and Trossard combine, before the Belgian set Martinelli away with a brilliant first-time pass. He was clear of both Newcastle defenders, but fired his near-post effort onto the woodwork with Martin Dubravka beaten. There was another goal-mouth scramble minutes later when Dubravka came to punch a corner, but completely missed the ball, with Sven Botman doing well to throw himself in front of Havertz's close-range effort. But having absorbed all that Gunners' pressure, Newcastle broke the deadlock when a simple long ball was flicked on by Botman, before Josh Murphy bundled the ball to Isak, who finished clinically beyond David Raya. 0-0 Just before halftime, there was another chance for the hosts when Rice headed a deep Odegaard cross back across goal, but Dubravka was out sharply to block from Gabriel. It wasn't a bad half from Arsenal by any means, who created enough chances to at least be level, but the difference was Isak, who finished his chance with all the confidence you would expect, while Arteta's side couldn't take theirs. The second half quickly settled into an attack versus defense exercise, with Arsenal dominating possession and Newcastle sitting back looking for opportunities to counter. But with basically their first attack of the half, the visitors doubled their lead through Gordon, who was quickest to react after Raya parried an Isak effort back into a dangerous area. 0-2. The Gunners had a great chance to get back into the game when Timber's cross deflected perfectly into Havertz, who was left totally unmarked in the 6-yard box but somehow headed wide with the goal gaping. Replays showed it came off his shoulder, and that moment seemed to sum Arsenal up in front of goal. Arteta made 2 changes in hope of sparking some life into the side, with Jorginho and Gabriel Jesus replacing Thomas Partey and Trossard, while Newcastle also made changes of their own and swapped to a back 5 formation to defend their lead. Arsenal continued to push in search of a lifeline, but beyond some half chances for Saliba and Martinelli, they struggled to test Dubravka with time running out. Newcastle were playing a 5-5-0 formation by this point, having taken Isak and Gordon off. Jorginho was the next player to fire at goal, but he fired over despite catching a half volley sweetly on the edge of the box. It was a disappointing night for the Gunners, who created enough to give themselves hope heading into the second leg, but lacked conviction when they needed it most, while Newcastle had attacking quality to capitalize on their moments. This feels like a tired team who can't maintain the performance levels needed to compete on all fronts this season.